Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for all you do to support the channel, for your comments, for your thumbs up, and for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for your support. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And today, I want to shout out Damon Vincent, Pinky Hypatia, Torch Flames, Wanda Wynn, Elaine E., Mr. Leon Robinson, Jay Thompson, and Lil Nita. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Well, y'all, what I will say about Vivek Ramaswamy is that you can't blame a man for trying. And he is trying, but he is doing some things wrong. And that's what this video is about, what Vivek is doing wrong. I believe it was Lisa Cabrera who did a video a few weeks ago about how Vivek was using anti-blackness to gain support from the MAGA voters, because after his failed attempt at running for president of the United States, now he's running for governor of Ohio, and he's doing some things wrong, like I said. These people are going to learn, these immigrants are going to learn that they can be anti-black if they want to, but it's not going to help them with conservative white people. It's not going to help them assimilate into white society. In other words, it's not going to turn them white. I want you to watch this video and you tell me if this was embarrassing or not.
The truth of the matter is, no matter what happens in whichever direction we go, people of my generation who've already made it, we're going to be fine. It's going to be your generation that pays the price. That choice belongs to you.
You're a political cretin, and you need to get the fuck out of here.
So he calls himself on the campaign trail, and he was at Xavier University in Ohio. There's also one in Louisiana, which is black, but this one is white. And he made the speech that, I don't know what the speech was about, that no matter what happened, his generation was going to be all right, but that their generation was the one that was going to have to struggle, or something to that effect. He's always saying something out of order because he doesn't understand these people. And those kids started talking, and you heard what they said, and then they booed him off the stage. And one of the kids even called him a cretin. A cretin is a stupid, vulgar, or an insensitive person. And in this economy where people are worried about how they're going to make it, he's going to stand up and say his generation is going to be all right, but their generation is the one that's going to struggle. Now, if that had been an old white man saying that, they wouldn't have responded that way. They might not have liked it, but they would not have responded that way. But they see Vivek as an outsider, and that's what he doesn't understand. He can't say what an old white man or a young white man would have said, because a young white man who was really feeling the moment would not have said that, because that's not an appropriate thing to say in this economy. And so he's going to get up there like he's some old white man or like he's some privileged white man, and they didn't like it. So they booed him off the stage. You see his people got him off the stage. Listen to what this person has to say.
I guess the crowd just didn't like him very much. They didn't like Vivek very much. Here is Eric saying Vivek ends his speech after a few minutes and walks off. He was scheduled for 30 minutes. YAL insiders told me that he was informed beforehand about a hostile crowd and he showed up anyway. But so did the hostile crowd. The crowd was there and they made their presence known to Vivek Ramaswamy, and there are multiple clips of him getting booed, multiple angles of him getting booed. So let's watch this clip of Vivek just, embarrassing moment for him.
I want to hear this. I want to hear it in this room. If you believe that the government is the source of actually creating the solution to your problems, go ahead and clap your hands. You want the government to fix your problems? You want them to print money from on high and give it to you and penalize the people you don't like? Go for it. But if those of you who still believe in free enterprise, who still believe in capitalism, who still believe in actual liberty.
So Vivek Ramaswamy is not just struggling politically. He is fundamentally misunderstanding the very people he's trying to win over. And every mistake he makes comes from one root problem. He is trying to earn acceptance from a movement that already decided he doesn't belong. So it's not about one speech that he made. It's not about one moment. It's about a pattern. And that pattern is why he keeps getting the same result. He can hate black people all he wants. It's not going to make him belong. This is the thing that people misunderstand about America. Immigrants like Vivek Ramaswamy love to come to us and say, this is a white man's country. It is a white man's country, but it's a black man's country too. And the white people have their lane and we have our lane. And that is why we can stay here with them without running all over the world trying to look for some place to stay. They have their place and we have our place. And each place is just as important. It's just that they have the military power and they really run law enforcement. So they rule by brute force at times. But in reality, we both have our places because we've been here with each other since before the beginning of this empire. That's what people don't understand about America. So Vivek Ramaswamy keeps trying to perform his way into belonging. But MAGA is not a policy movement, it's not an intellectual movement, and it's not a debate club. It's a tribe. And tribes don't accept you because you talk like them, because you praise them, because you defend them, or because you repeat their talking points. Acceptance is not earned through performance. It's earned through identity, lineage, and cultural belonging. Vivek keeps doing the one thing that never works, trying to prove he belongs. And when you try to prove you belong, you automatically show that you don't. That's why every performance he gives, every debate, every speech, every unone of you moments falls flat. Now, this is the most serious thing that Vivek is doing wrong, in my opinion. He refuses to acknowledge the racial reality. There are MAGA factions that openly say, never trust a Chinaman or Indian, never. Indian Americans are a disgusting race of slaves. You'll never be one of us. They've said it to Nikki Haley, they've said it to Kash Patel, and they're saying it to Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek wants to pretend this isn't real. He keeps acting like ideology will override identity. He runs around here with a constitution in his pocket, and white folks are laughing at him because it's not going to override the identity issue. He is an Indian. He is not a white American. And that is the one thing that guarantees his rejection. Ignoring the boundaries the movement itself enforces. You cannot join a group that has already decided your identity disqualifies you. He looks like a national figure using Ohio as a stepping stone. Vivek really wants to be the president, but he's using Ohio as a stepping stone. And that is why that MAGA white preacher said, we stop him here, because he really has national ambitions. So if he gets to be the governor of Ohio, he has a legacy. So we stop him here. That's what the white preacher said. And I played that video a few months ago. They're going to stop him in Ohio if they can. And Vivek needs to understand that, because if he doesn't win this time, it's over for him. Well, for now anyway. So here's the truth that Vivek doesn't want to face. He needs to understand that he is not being rejected for what he says. He is being rejected for who he is. He keeps trying to fix the wrong problem. So he's trying to perform his way into a tribe that doesn't accept outsiders. He keeps trying to earn loyalty from a movement that values identity over ideology. And until he understands that, he will keep getting the same results. He will keep getting booed and he will keep getting rejected because acceptance is not about alignment, it's about belonging. And he will never belong to a movement that already decided he doesn't fit. That's it. Let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.